There's been a lot of Tesla news over the past month, so much so that I don't know if any one person could have possibly kept up with all of it. So here in this one video, I'm going to share with you 15 of the most important news stories about Tesla that were delivered over the past month of April 2022. Hello my friends and welcome to the channel. I am the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Wonderful to have you. Let's get to it. News number one. Tesla's full self-driving beta 10.11.2 is showing notable improvements in Detroit. It seems in this latest version, which is far from perfect, it is the most refined and solid to date when it comes to Detroit driving. Now, a guy called Tony, who runs the YouTube channel called Detroit Tesla, tested out the most recent update. Overall, he said he sees significant progress in the latest update for Tesla's full self-driving beta. He says it's a 2 steps forward and a half a step back situation, which is actually similar to the way that Tesla's Elon Musk actually described it. So is it actually working in the real world? Well, we do have some data on that. Tesla's full self-driving beta is being used currently by 100,000 people. Normally, 100,000 US drivers have around about 12.4 fatal accidents every year. That's over 1 fatality on average per month. Or 163 regular accidents with injuries every single month. So far, there are no reported injuries or fatalities or accidents at all after over 4 months of 60,000 plus users using full self-driving this year, and more than a month of 100,000 drivers using it. Now, Alan Dale tweeted this: "Human driving is the problem. ADAS makes driving safer. 100,000 people are using the full self-driving beta. There have been 0 accidents that have involved injuries or death. Statistically, in the US, the average 100,000 drivers have 222 accidents with 163 injuries and 1.2 deaths each month. So that's good news. Clearly, full self-driving beta is progressing slowly, but it's definitely improving. Now, in some of the most important news, in my view, Tesla confirmed that 50% of all vehicles it delivered and sold in the first quarter of 2022 came with cobalt-free lithium iron phosphate batteries. In its latest Q1 2022 financial results conference call, Tesla confirmed that close to half of all its vehicles use LFP batteries, which, by the way, are much cheaper to manufacture, and therefore they come in Tesla's standard range vehicles. This is a very fast transition for a vehicle manufacturer to go from using one battery chemistry type to another. Now, Elon Musk has made it clear that Tesla wants to move more and more of its cars to LFP batteries in order to circumnavigate the supply challenges with nickel and cobalt. And of course, lithium iron phosphate batteries also last a lot longer than lithium ternary batteries that come with nickel and cobalt. Another interesting news story that was overlooked by, almost everyone, is that China contributed 25% of Tesla's Q1 revenue. Tesla reported earnings that beat expectations after the US stock market closed last Wednesday, but did not provide information on how it went in China. The latest filing reveals that information. The US electric vehicle manufacturer reported first quarter revenue in China of $4.65 billion US dollars. That's 25% of its total revenue of $18.76 billion, and it's an increase of 53% from the $3 billion from the same period last year. The United States remains Tesla's largest market by far, contributing $8.73 billion in revenue in the first quarter, or 46.6% of Tesla's total revenue. Regions outside of China and the US contributed $5.37 billion in revenue, or around 28.6% of Tesla's total revenue. Another important story, Tesla lost over $2.5 billion due to Gigafactory Shanghai shutdowns. Tesla's China factory in Shanghai was under lockdown for around about 3 weeks due to a surge in COVID cases. The factory is now reopened, but these shutdowns have caused a pretty big impact on Tesla's production during a few days of March and a significant amount of April. This has led to an approximate loss of around $2.6 billion for Tesla, say experts. Now, Tesla's factory in December produced 70,000 vehicles in Shanghai, which is insane. So it's likely Tesla's probably lost around 50,000 vehicles worth of production from this year's numbers. In some really good news for the company that hasn't really been talked about by many publications, if any at all, other than Clean Technica, Tesla's giant solar and energy facility near Las Vegas has 528,084 solar panels. That's a lot of solar panels. Now, these panels near Las Vegas will power 60,000 homes, and they're connected to a 90 megawatt or 360 megawatt hour Tesla Megapack. This new facility, called the Arivon Townsite Solar and Storage, is in Boulder City, Nevada, and it will generate 500,000 megawatt hours of electricity per year. This facility started production in November of 2020, and it went live on January the 11th of 2022. This is adding a huge amount of renewable energy to the United States grid. Well done. Great work. Fantastic to see this happen. Tesla had an interesting wow moment in Q1 of 2022, and they released that information in their earnings call. Vicha tweeted a graph from a Tesla shareholder deck that reflected Tesla's vehicle gross orders in the US around the time of the Super Bowl. If you look at the graph he provided closely, you can see Tesla's sales skyrocketed between the 12th and the 14th of February. The Super Bowl was held on the 13th of February. Now, interestingly, Tesla and Elon Musk both received free advertising during the Super Bowl. Tesla doesn't pay for advertising at all, and they didn't partake in any Super Bowl advertising, but its competitors did. Its competitors spruiked EVs, and therefore customers went and bought more Tesla EVs, even though the EVs being spruiked weren't Teslas. Go figure. But it happened. Now, very important, Tesla increased its profits by 658% in 12 months. It increased its turnover by 81%, and its profits went from $438 million US dollars in 2021 to $3.32 billion in the last quarter. That jump is an insane 658% improvement. And guess what? Tesla is now the fastest growing company in history. A total of 305,407 vehicles came out of Tesla's plants in the first quarter of 2022, and that was a 69% increase from the same quarter of 2021. In some kind of crazy news, a Tesla owner found himself at the wrong end of a gun in an apparent road rage incident in Los Angeles, California. This is one of those only in America type stories. Luckily, nobody was hurt. Apparently, a Tesla driver beeped at another driver because he cut him off, and the other driver pulled out a gun and threatened to kill him. Luckily, no shots were fired, no one was hurt, and both drivers of both vehicles went on their way. Another thing that happened, Elon Musk disclosed that he did not leak text messages of Bill Gates admitting that he has a $500 million short position against Tesla. The New York Times recently shared what appeared to be text messages between Elon Musk and Bill Gates when the former Microsoft CEO admitted that he has a $500 million US dollar short position against Tesla. This is all that Elon had to say. If it's true, then he's lost a lot of money. Meanwhile, in Europe, a Tesla Model Y was tested in cold weather in the famous Bjorn-Nyland range test. The 2021 Tesla Model Y long range with stock 19-inch wheels performed incredibly well in the cold weather range test. At a speed of 90 kilometers an hour or 56 miles per hour, the Model Y did 452 kilometers or 281 miles of range. That was in temperatures of 4 degrees Celsius, and 70 kilowatt hours of usable battery capacity were used during the test. At 120 kilometers an hour, the Model Y did 327 kilometers of range or 203 miles. For reference, the energy consumption and range results in cold weather conditions are about 8 to 10% worse than at 20 degrees Celsius. Kyle Connor, who owns a Tesla Model 3 and drives it on his YouTube channel, has now done 100,000 miles. Kyle was able to prove that after 100,000 miles of driving and lots of supercharging, which is not real great for your battery, try to avoid that if you can, the battery pack has now lost 11% of its original range. So that's 160,000 kilometers or 100,000 miles and 11% loss of battery life. Obviously, if you charge your battery at home and you don't supercharge it, you probably see even less battery degradation. I'll put a link in the description below to his original video. Another news story that wasn't talked about by many people was that Tesla almost doubled the rate of their supercharger deployments in Q1 of 2022. Over 2,000 additional electric stalls were added to Tesla's supercharger network. During the first quarter of 2022, Tesla installed 248 new electric supercharger stations and 2,159 individual connectors. Compared to Q1 2021, the rate of new installations accelerated massively. In fact, it increased by 84%. We also learned that Tesla's cost to build its supercharger stalls is around about 1/4 of the cost for other companies to build out comparable electric charging networks. Another big advantage that Tesla have over their competition. If you want to learn more about that story, I'll put a link in the description below to the video I made about that. In China, Tesla launched a battery design challenge for the Cyberquad. Participants must use 2170 cells as a material to design a battery system that has the opportunity to be used in the Cyberquad. And this is Tesla's way of trying to find engineering talent that it can bring into its Tesla China team. The 2022 World Power Battery Congress, Power Battery Integration and Management Technology Challenge officially launches today, the Tesla China website said. Use your battery design to reimagine the future of mobility. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Cyberquad was first shown at the unveiling of the Cybertruck in 2019. And it's an ATV powered by batteries, which has not yet hit the market. The children's version is available currently for $1,900 US. In news more interesting to Chinese buyers, but indicative of China's understanding of the Chinese electric car market, Oppo users in China can now unlock and lock their Tesla vehicles with their mobile phones. For Tesla owners, the most convenient way to lock and unlock and start their vehicles is with their iPhone, which offers a seamless experience. Now, for Chinese users who don't have iPhones, they can also lock and unlock their cars with a different phone. Chinese smartphone giant Oppo announced today on Weibo that it has entered into a partnership with Tesla China for digital car keys. And the Oppo digital key has been adapted to all versions of the Tesla Model 3 and the Model Y. Great news if you've got an Oppo phone. And lastly, Tesla still owns 75% of the US electric car market. But just wait, at any moment soon, they'll be swamped. And bankruptcy surely will be inevitable, right? For the entire year of 2020, Tesla vehicles accounted for 79% of new electric vehicles registered in the US. In 2021, the number went down to 69.95%. That's still an impressive number. But the Tesla haters, well, they like to use any kind of data they can use to justify their irrational feelings. So they jumped on that. But now, Tesla's vehicle sales have gone back to 75% of the electric vehicle market in the United States. Here are the top 10 selling vehicles in the first quarter of 2022. Number 1, the Tesla Model Y. Number 2, the Tesla Model 3. Number 3, the Ford Mustang Mach-E. Number 4, the Tesla Model X. Number 5, the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Number 6, the Kia EV6. Number 7, the Tesla Model S. Number 8, the Nissan Leaf. Number 9, the Kia Niro. And number 10, the Audi e-tron. Surprisingly, not a Volkswagen or General Motors vehicle to be found. But wasn't GM saying they're leading the automotive industry when it comes to EVs? Who knows what they meant by that? I've got no idea. Thanks for watching. I hope you've learned something about some of the things that Tesla's gotten up to over the last month, and I'll aim to release another similar video next month at the end of May. Have a great day. Bye-bye.